Hey, hey, hey. Oh my goodness. Here we go again. I am super excited. I am your host, Natasha Harris St. Amand. I am the resident therapist for today, for you, my friend. And welcome to the Empower You 2 podcast. I'm super excited, as always, to come before you to share some enlightening, impactful information that can really support your growth mentally, emotionally, as well as behaviorally, right? Because it's about the things that we do to ourselves and to others that really impact where we go from a universal perspective, right? Do we gain the things that we want for our lives, or do we subtract from it and we literally push it away? But today, that is not going to happen because let me tell you, I got some good stuff for you. I have some good stuff. So, welcome to episode 151. Can you believe it? Season 2, episode 151. So let me just take a moment just to really thank all of my listeners. We have been growing exponentially. Let me tell you, it's been amazing. Why has it been amazing? Because we are hitting 145 downloads a week. Talk about it. So thank you so very much to all of the individuals that have been listening, supporting, and this speaks volumes. It basically says that you are being impacted by the words that are coming out of this mic. Okay. And so I'm so glad that God is using me as a vessel to support so many people. And before you know it, it'll be 1,000 downloads in a week and 10,000. So hang on. Okay. And come along with me for a ride. So let's jump into episode 151. And I have something really good to talk about, right? Because so often as individuals, especially in this climate, especially in this political climate, this culture that's happening around us can be very scary. It can be very daunting. It can be very worrisome. And sometimes what I've found in speaking to my clients is that they will take that thing that's happening in the world and they'll turn it on themselves. Yes, I said it. It's like having a gun pointed away from you. And what you do is you take the same gun and you point it to you. And you're holding the gun. And you're the one that's about to pull that trigger. So let me stop you right now and let you know that is not happening on my watch. Yep, your girl said it. Not on my watch, because my goal is to support you in every way possible. So for episode 151, our title is 5 Ways to Stop Being Mean to Yourself and Love Again. Let me say that again. 5 ways to stop being mean to yourself and love again. And you're like, love again? Did I ever love myself? Well, that's a whole nother topic, my friend. Okay. But how to stop being mean to yourself. So often in my practices as a clinician, as a therapist, I've met so many individuals who unconsciously are mean to themselves. And the reason why I say unconscious is because they are not very aware that they're doing and saying things to really hurt themselves. And then they wonder why they're anxious often, they're depressed often. And not just that, but they allow others to do it to them because they believe that they deserve it, because they themselves are mean to themselves. So they allow individuals to be mean to them as well. So let's jump right into this because I see it so often. They say things to themselves, they do things to themselves. And like I said, allow others to treat them equally, if not worse, than how they would treat themselves. How many of us have gotten to that place, or we were there at one time or another, where we said things that we did not mean, or we weren't even conscious? So the first thing that I want you to know is I want you to begin to talk to yourself like you would a friend. Let's jump into that one. Let's unpack that a bit. Talk to yourself like you would a friend. That means, like, if you ask a question, would I say to someone I care about, I hate you? Would I say that? Or, you're so dumb. I want you to pay attention to the words that are coming out of your mouth about you. So often I've heard it. I can't do anything right. That's what you say to yourself. I can't do anything right. Or, that was so stupid. What is wrong with you? Or, oh my goodness, you look really ugly today. I'm being very real. You may not necessarily say it out of your mouth for others to hear, or maybe you do. But you are repeating those same statements to yourself in your head. And so the first thing that I want you to do when it comes to stop being mean to yourself is I want you to swap out those harsh inner thoughts and dialogues and swap it out for something kind and understanding and sensitive. Speak to yourself in a way that is affirming that you are amazing, right? So if you were to do something that did not turn out right, you can easily say, instead of saying, I'm so stupid, I didn't do it well, swap that out by saying, I did the best that I could right now, and I'm getting better. Like, that level of sensitivity has to be present, because so often we give it to people we don't even know. But yet we know this one person that we wake up with and we go to sleep with. We wake up with that person, and that person is you. So learn to be kind to yourself. Begin to talk to yourself as you would talk to a friend. Saying you love you. Saying that you matter. Saying it's okay that you made that mistake. Tomorrow is another day to do it all over again, but do it better. Yes, my friends. And I'm hoping you're taking some notes, right? Because if you have been a consistent follower of the Empower You 2 podcast, you know I'm all about giving you some substantial, some concrete, some tasty information that you can digest and really feed from that and gain some nutrients. Oh, you like food analogy? Yes. There's more where that came from, okay? Number 2, I want you to be in a place where you are challenging those negative thoughts that come in and out of your mind. You know what they say, or I've said it before. You may not have heard this study before, but it is research study that says that human beings have approximately 60,000 thoughts per day. And get this, 90% of these thoughts are repetitive. In addition, 60 to 70% of those thoughts are negative. Yes, they are negative. So you have close to about 60,000 thoughts. That's a lot of thoughts a day. And 90% of them are repetitive. A thought can be, oh my goodness, I look so fat right now. And then you will continue to say it over and over again. Or a thought can be as simple as, oh, look at my hair. Boy, I don't look good today. Or, oh, look at that young lady across the street. Like, it's small thoughts that can truly impact you, right? And what I want you to get to a place, my friend, is to understand that you have to challenge those negative thoughts. Don't accept every self-critical thought as the fact. It's the truth. It's 100% accurate. No, it's not. You cannot rely on every thought to be the truth. Okay. From a Christian perspective, you can say the enemy is busy, and that enemy, that negative thought, is really trying to get you to move out of your purpose and into the dumps, right? Not being in a place where you are aspiring, empowering others around you and yourself. So do not believe every thought that comes through your mind. Okay. In addition, I want you to practice identifying a thought. I'm not good enough, and reframing it by saying, I'm growing every day. Or I suck at saving, right? That's a negative thought. And reframing that thought. And what I teach my clients in therapy is that you have to look at your thoughts and be very intentional about it. Look at them as they are moving past, right? You're seeing those thoughts go across your forehead, right? Figuratively, of course, right? And you are saying to yourself, this is not me. I'm not going to believe that thought, and I'm going to reframe it and make it more positive. Less negative, more positive. I hope that makes sense to you. So I want you to challenge every thought that comes through your mind. Okay, particularly those negative thoughts. Number 3, stop comparing yourself to all the other individuals that are around you, or maybe not around you, but are on social media. Okay? Some of these people are just renting boats and nice cars and flashing money that they all have to return back after that photo op. Right? So stop comparing yourself to individuals that you don't know. And even if you do know them, it's important for you to know that you are enough. You are enough, because what that does is it fuels self-doubt when you begin to compare yourself to other people. In addition, I want you to focus on you, because my personal journey is not like yours. Yours is not like your neighbors. Your neighbors is not like your sisters. Hear me when I say that. It is so important for you to stop measuring yourself and your progress according to someone else's standards and what they have been through. Because you don't know no one else's life, I should say. You don't know anyone else's life in the situations that they've experienced. You don't know why they are in that situation. You don't know why they have that big house, because they might be doing some illegal stuff, right? And before you know it, the house is being raided, right? I'm just being very factual, right? And being very honest, right? So it's important for you to stop measuring your progress against someone else's and also your past self. Ooh, did Natasha Paris say that? Your past self. Right? Because so often we look at all of the things we could have done when we were younger. Oh, I'm too old. I can't do that. I'm not as young and vibrant. No, it's not about your past self. And it's also not about, right, the people that you've met over the years. Because someone's highlight, it's not your highlighted reel. Someone's life is not the life that you've lived. They have their life and you have yours. Some people get to the finish line from what you might imagine faster than others. And you may say, well, I'm not fast enough. No, God has an ultimate plan for you. That's why he diverted you from that situation or from that actual travel. And so it's important for you to be in a place where you're not comparing yourself, because if you continue to do that, my friend, you will continue to decrease your self-esteem, and you will continue to have self-doubt about your capabilities, about your progress, and about why you are here to make a difference. Hear me when I say this. I hope you're picking up what I am dropping, okay? What I am dropping down. The other fourth point is I need you to set boundaries for yourself. That is truly, truly important. Learn to fall in love with the word no. You know, I've talked about this on many episodes before, where I say that it's important for you to be okay with saying no. That means saying no to not just people just showing up at your house, but saying no to yourself when it comes to eating that second pint of ice cream in one night. Yeah. Set boundaries for yourself, right? And also not overcommitting, when you're at a job and you just want to be liked, or you want to appear to be, which you probably are, right? A great employee. So what you do is you say yes to everything. Yep, I'll take care of it. Yes, I'll do that. And, Lisa's not in. I'll take on her work. No, you are burning yourself out. Stop overcommitting. Learn to say no to the things that you shouldn't be doing, right? You shouldn't go with every temptation. In addition, I want you to also know that being perfect is not a reality. You're not perfect. Yes, I said it. Put it in the notes. Natasha Paris blew up my spot. I thought I was the most perfect individual on the face of this planet. No, darling, you're not perfect. You're not a robot. You will make mistakes. You will learn from those mistakes, and you will become bigger and better, right? That is the ultimate goal. In addition to that, I want you to be in a place where you are not pleasing people. Get out of that place of people pleasing, saying yes to everything just because you want to be liked. I need you to stop that today. Absolutely, right now. You have nothing to prove to anyone else, but you have so much to prove to yourself that you are enough. You are enough. And that in itself is important. And within that, setting boundaries for yourself and with yourself, protect your energy, protect you, life preservation. Like that to me is the most important thing out of this, is preserving your energy and also protecting someone you love who is you. Protect you, my friend. You have to protect people who are yourself from toxic people. You have to protect yourself from people who don't mean you any good, because you deserve the best. So if you're in that relationship that is draining the serious life out of you, leave. Leave. Because it is hurting you, and that person is just sucking you dry and not even batting an eye in hesitation to stop. But when you make the decision that will no longer happen, and you leave, oh my goodness, yes. That is protecting your peace. Protecting your peace. And that can come in the form of a family member, a parent. Yes, I said it. Yep. Protect your peace. Love them from a distance, or cut them off. Cut them off. Let's go. I love you guys. I so love you. And my fifth point is celebrate your small wins. Celebrate your small wins, my friends, because when you are celebrating your small wins, you know what that says? That says that you are no longer being mean to you. You are celebrating the things that you've accomplished, even if it's small. For example, if your goal is to lose 20 pounds and you lost 1 pound, give yourself a party. And that is, it could be a small little, you know what? I'm having a party and that's dancing around my house, that's playing music and celebrating you. That is a small win. You know, there's a saying that says, how do you eat a hippopotamus? One bite at a time. I hope you're not eating hippopotamuses, because one of the things that many of the things that I've shared is that it is important for you to understand that validation doesn't have to come from others. You don't need a boss to tell you you did a great job. I mean, it sounds nice, it is nice, but it's not necessary. You don't need a man or a woman to say, I love you. What's more important is how much you love you, how often you are saying, I love you. Because that in itself, everything that you are looking for, my friend, you must first give it to yourself. That is ultimately what I am saying on this episode, is that it's important for you to get to a place where all of the things that you are looking for, you give to yourself. And more importantly, you give to yourself in abundance. Not a one-time deal, because if you have a friend, you are going to make sure, if you're a true friend, that you're saying kind words. You are not saying words that will tear them down. You're going to say words that will support them, that will encourage them. So as we really summarize everything is, I want you to talk to yourself like you would talk to a friend. I want you, number 2, challenge your negative thoughts. I did say that we have close to about 60,000 thoughts going through our head on a daily basis, not weekly. And that does not even include while you're sleeping. And oftentimes those thoughts are repetitive. In addition, those thoughts are mostly negative. But you can change the course of the way you think by being intentional and being present and being a great, if not the best friend to you. Okay? Number 3, stop comparing yourself, my dear, my friend. Stop comparing yourself to so many others, because you don't know the journey that they've experienced. You don't know what they're doing, and you're comparing yourself, and it can all be a facade. So stop doing that, because what that does is it increases and fuels self-doubt. Number 4, I want you to set boundaries for yourself and those around you. Start saying no to yourself about things that you know is not healthy. Right? In addition to that, it's important for you to protect your peace. Stop allowing people to trample over you and then you complain about it in the shadows. Yes. You know, when you're in the shower, you're like, well, I should have said this and I should have said that and I would have and I could have and I should have. Yep. But that's already said and done. Start from the very beginning. Do not allow people to treat you and mistreat you, and you should not be doing it to yourself. And last but not least, I want you to celebrate your small wins, my friends. Celebrate, 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 because you are worthy. You are something extraordinary, and you are a beautiful creation. And I want you to understand that. I want you to know it in your truest form. Yes, I am saying that to you, but I want you to begin to say it to yourself. So with that said, what is the homework assignment for this episode? I don't think I gave a homework assignment in our last 5 episodes. Well, here we go. The actual homework assignment for you, my friend, is I want you to write down out of those 5 things what you can do now. Just one thing. Write down all of those 5 things that I've suggested and recommended, and I want you to decide which one you can start like as soon as I'm done speaking to you on this platform. What can you do to really celebrate you, love you, and stop being mean to yourself? See, my homework assignments are not difficult. Really, it is as simple as your breathing, because this right here, Empower You Too, is here to last. I'm going to be that person when you're thinking about things that you shouldn't be doing or what you're saying to yourself. You're going to say, wait a minute, Natasha Paris, she wouldn't say that, or she would be like, don't do that. Yes. So continue to listen. I thank you so very much. And I want you to share this episode and many other episodes. And look, I come to you twice a week because I am your resident licensed empowerment therapist, friend. Yes, I'm here for you. So with that said, as I always close, I want you to be empowered for greatness, because without greatness, there's no you. And without you, there's absolutely no greatness. So with that said, see you in the next episode. Bye.